Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, July 15, 2014. Let's jump right into the charts. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that they are trading higher by about 2.25 points to 1973.25. So the market's continuing to rally from yesterday. Really no problems out here. All you have to do really to see if the market is going to be up or down is very, very simple. You go right to the dollar-yen chart, and you can see the dollar-yen chart holding steady this morning. Just a little economic news came out. Dollar-yen chart spiked higher, and that certainly is going to help the market stay buoyant. So as long as the dollar-yen chart can stay where it is now or go higher, that is going to help the U.S. equities like the S&P 500 stocks. So again, keep that on your radar. That's the most important chart that you want to follow at this time. Now, there's a lot of important earnings out here today. Let's go to the chart and see what we have. First up is JP Morgan. JP Morgan's trading at $57.70. Stock closed at $56.20. So a pretty solid move for JPM. I don't see anything really terrible here for the stock at all. I think it's a good gap up. There you have a little bit of a pivot top around $58. If it gets there, $58.25. And ultimate max move upside today would be around $59.50. So JPM pretty strong at the moment. I don't see any problems with it. Good reaction to earnings. We'll see if it can continue and last throughout the session. Next financial stock that we're going to look at is Goldman Sachs. Goldman supposedly came out with a decent number. Stock closed at $167 on the button yesterday. It's now trading at $170 today. Goldman, in my book, has upside as well. I would not rule out a move a little bit higher towards the 176 level. That's where I think the stock stalls out. But anyway you slice it or dice it, good little move for Goldman. How high can it go today? I don't know. But again, don't look for more than 176 ultimately. At the moment, the stock's holding up very, very well. I don't really see any ill effect here. The big resistance level, again, is 176. Let's take a look at Johnson & Johnson. They came out reporting earnings as well. I don't know exactly what their earnings number was. This stock's really flat on the session. It closed at 105.37. It's trading at 105.70 right now. A level I have for Johnson & Johnson is 102. If it comes down to the $102 area, I think you can play it there for a bounce. I'd probably give you a level of around 102.10, 102.06, somewhere around there. When the stock, if it does get down to that level, I think that would be a playable level for a bounce trade in Johnson & Johnson. Until then, I don't think there's a lot we could do with it here, but keep that 102 level on the radar if it does get there. Let's take a look at CMA, which is Comerica. I think this stock also came out with some news. I'm not 100% sure. Let me just do a little check. Yep, they came out with earnings as well. Looks like they beat estimates, but again, how much can you make out of banks accounting, right? So right now the stock looks like it's trading at $54.50. Closed at $50.50. This is overbought. Don't touch this equity. It should pull back. I don't see a great level. I'm going to say around the $54. It's at $54.50 right now. If it opens up here, there's no volume behind it, so it may not even open there. But around that 53.5, 54 level, that's where the stock should stall out. So we'll see how that plays out going forward. Again, don't look for any upside if this is a true level. In fact, it could be a fade candidate. So be a little bit careful with it. It's a decent pattern, so I'm going to say that it could get up to this level, but I'm not sure if it's there right now with the morning volume. So be a little bit on the careful side, but don't look for any more upside past $54 for this stock. Let's take a look at Valero. Valero is a stock I'm going to have some levels for it in the chat room this morning. But the stock did close at $49.93. It's come back a bit now. It's at $48.30. So decent little move there. You're going to have a little bit of support around $46.75. But I have some other levels today. I'll post those up in the chat room at 9 o'clock if the stock is, if it needs be. So we will look to play Valero at some point today. I'm pretty confident. Let's take a look at Microsoft today. Microsoft is laying off some workers out of their Nokia unit that they bought. Again, I'm not sure how much we can make out of Microsoft. The stock is has been fairly strong. It's in an uptrend on the daily chart, closed at $42.14. If the stock takes a positive reaction, watch for this to go to $43.50. Again, I wouldn't short the stock. I think it's a strong name right now. Microsoft is holding up very, very well. So again, has upside to around $43.50 ultimately. Right now it's trading at $42.14. If by some chance it did sell off, $43.50 will be the scalp buy area. Okay, scalp is nothing more than a quick day trade lasting between 10 and 30 minutes. And that's all the levels are that we give in this video, just scalp levels. But nonetheless, $40.50, very, very good level if it did get down there. I don't see that happening, but hey, you never know. Let's take a look at CVS. CVS did make a purchase. I think the amount of the purchase for another drug company, another drugstore chain, was not announced. So you got to be a little bit careful with this. A level I like for CVS, if it does sell off, would be $75. If it gets down to $75, I think you have a pretty good intraday support level right there. So keep that on the radar. But the company did make an acquisition today, so they are susceptible to declining a little bit lower. One stock that's on my radar today is KORS, Michael KORS. The stock right now is trading at $83.70, closed at $85.67. It sold off yesterday in a big way. I have levels for Michael KORS that I will be giving out in the chat room today. So again, if you're looking at Michael KORS, I do have a very, very good buy level. I think the stock is flushing lower, and we like to see that, and we will look to pick it up on once it gets to a secure, or what we deem as a secure support level that gives us a good chance to make money. So we're going to get involved in Michael KORS a little bit lower from here, but you want to keep that on the radar. All right, let's take a look at the gold market. Gold is trading up $2.50 today to $13.0920 an ounce. Gold was just hammered yesterday. Big sell-off in gold, and in all fairness, it was due for a pullback. Gold has had a tremendous move since early June, all the way up into July 10th. So it was due for a big pullback, and you got that there. We will have gold levels for all the members of In the Money Stocks, where we will look to pick up gold again. But nonetheless, today it is trading higher by about $2.50 to $13.09 per contract. Right now, or I should say per ounce. Right now, when you look at the GLD, it's sitting at 125.96. Basically closed at 125.72, so just a slight uptick. I don't think there's much we could do with gold right now. We got to wait for certain levels to be tagged. So right now we'll just sit tight, see if it pulls back a little bit more, or if it just forms a sideways pattern. I'm not really sure what it's going to do at the moment. But again, there's really no play on gold yet. But there will be down the road. So be patient with that, and we'll see where it goes. Crude oil is trading under $100 a barrel today. Oil right now is down about 97 cents to $99.95 a barrel. So decent little move lower for crude. Let's go to the USO. What you're going to see here for the USO is that it is trading down at around $36.95. Again, $36.85 is support for the USO, so keep that on your radar today. $36.85 is going to be support for the USO today. We'll see if it does get down there. I think it could with the way oil is selling right now, but nonetheless, we'll see how it plays out. But oil should have some support here, and spot crude is also very, very oversold, so I would not be looking to short oil at this stage of the game. I'd be more likely to look for a short-term bounce. We'll see how this all shakes out and plays out, but that's everything that I'm seeing this morning. Once again, the futures are higher by $1.75. You want to keep an eye on that dollar-yen chart. That will tell you everything you need to know regarding the markets. Remember, the stock markets, especially the S&P 500, it will trade higher when the dollar-yen trades higher. It will sell off when the dollar-yen sells off. That's generally what we see. Once in a while, it will decouple, but that's usually on a big news event. With that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it here short and sweet. Have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.